with the financial crisis. This really is an unprecedented situation. We're bringing more of this developing story.
Perfect.
Is that on?
Is that on?
Yeah, sorry, sorry.
Okay. Well, listen. Welcome to the shop, the social hub of positivity. I'm with a very talented but very dear old friend of mine. This is the wonderful Richard Farr.
Hello.
Who is and has been a musical artiste for a long time in lots of different. We're in a bizarre configuration here just because of the proximity of the camera. However, so we're just listening to Richard's latest ensemble. Hello Earth.
Yeah.
Your new single. It's just come out, but so you'll see this on Sunday, which is what day? But obviously you can, whenever you watch this, go and refer to this. We'll put a little clip on it as well.
Claps don't pay the bills, claps don't pay the bills. Lists don't help the ill, don't help the ill. Tax rise to the skies, up to the skies. Policies of fear and lies, fear and lies. Claps don't pay the bills, don't pay the bills. Claps don't pay the bills, don't pay the bills. It's time for change.
I was just hearing about the single, but you're not just doing recordings, putting out singles, you're playing lots of live stuff.
Yeah.
You recently sold out at the Crown. Is it the Crown?
Queen's Head.
Queen's Head. I knew there was something to do with that.
Okay.
Queen's Head with a crown on it.
With a crown on it.
Okay, that's right, the thing. But you gig far and wide, but you're also headlining the Minety Festival on the Minety Festival on the Friday evening, which is our PRIDAY night cabaret in support of Pride, Universal Pride. But you're also MCing it for us, aren't you?
That's right, I've been asked to do that.
Yes, MCing, headlining, my goodness me, as well as playing at the Unlock Reset Festival on the 17th and 18th of August.
Yeah.
We're doing a warm-up for Minety, a mini Minety on the 4th of July, which is, of course, Election Day. Your song, which is quite political, it's yeah, it is quite political, which is actually unusual for you. Tell me how this has come about. So we've decided now we've got two podcasts in one, which is two for the price of one. Going back to the sharp, the social hub of positivity. Let's talk about it. Music was your first love. It
was.
And it'll be my last. Music. Music of the future and music of the past. No, we're killing it. I'm killing it. So you've been through a few configurations.
Quite a few,
yeah. So it's interesting. Why? What's your love? How's that come about? Your love of music.
The love of music started as a child. I was in the choir, so singing was really important. I just absolutely loved singing. And through the years, I've just been inspired by so many different styles of music, especially growing up in the 80s. So I never really quite knew which genre. I wanted to be everybody, So I kind of went from choir boy to punk band to drag act, singing cabaret, to doing acoustic, to doing rock.
Yes, you were in, because Christ, I mean, look at you now. And of course, there's a part of me that's still laughing about when you did the hen night, the thing. Well, let's not go into that now.
Yeah.
That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. And I nearly swallowed and died in the Revo. Very funny. But you also were on the bill for Nico.
I was.
Anyone who's interested in Velvet Underground Nico, amazing. It was a great night. I brought up Damon Albarn was my keyboard player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But tell us about the band that you were playing with, Nigel.
I was in a band with Nigel and Nick and Sharon and myself. We were called The Fun Asylum.
Yeah.
And it was, we just basically got together and just jammed out some songs and made some songs up, and we were so under-rehearsed, it was just unbelievable. And then we were asked, I can't actually remember, it might probably you, I don't know, if somebody asked us, you know, did we want to support Nico? And it was just kind of like, yes.
No, it was,
you know.
it was Lucci.
Lucci.
Alberti. And the reason, I was in London, and the reason why, because...
What happened?
Why?
Yeah, well, how did we get?
Because before I went to London, we used to go round to Nigel's, and there's tapes, or here, I've got it, Lucci did this tape, where basically they put this tape on, the old cassette, and record me and Nigel just making up songs. It's totally spontaneous, all stream of consciousness.
Because he was very clever. Well, you know, you're very clever.
No,
and it was
not
just
like that. He
cool.
was
fantastic. So I ended up doing some backing vocals on it, and it was, you know, anything to get on stage and show off. So, and then it was like Nico, and it was just like, wow, yeah, I love Nico. So, you know, in this, and looking back, it's just like, my God, that's massive. That's huge.
Of course it is, so, because 100%.
Yeah.
So imagine. So meanwhile, somewhere in East London, I'm at drama college, and I become friendly with the wonderful Damon Albarn, who was wonderful then. He wasn't famous, but he was a lovely lad, and we become very good friends. And I had this gig coming up, and if you remember Darren Filkins, me and him were the Alternative Car Park.
That's right.
Right, and we were a duo. We did this. We auditioned and played at the acoustic stage.
I still got the ticket and the poster.
Oh my good lord!
I still got to get the poster. Somebody sent it to me.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you should. He'd gone travelling, so basically he had this biggest gig. You know, me and him had done this. They say we'd auditioned and got a filling gig on the acoustic stage at Glastonbury, and it blew our minds because it was packed. We got an encore. We only supposed to do 2 songs. It was just a filling piece. Great. Brilliant. Honestly, it was fantastic. It was like, my God, it really wouldn't let us not do this extra song, because it was funny that the guy had said to us, okay guys, go on, but you can only do 2 songs. He was really quite brusque with us, you know, we're like, okay mate, nice.
Get off.
Exactly.
2 songs.
Get on, get off.
Get off. Yeah.
So we were, you know, we did our 2 songs, and the place erupted, and you know, this is obviously sounds like a fairy tale. We go off, and I'm packing my guitar away, and I hear the guy go on, and they go, wait, what more? Wait, what more?
That's always nice.
Believable.
It doesn't always happen.
No, of course not. Of course not. So I'm kind of like that, and I look at Darren. Darren's kind of like, he's just got this massive grin on his face. I'm kind of like, that's what he thought. The guy says, well, remember where you heard them first, the Alternative Car Park, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, they said, wait, what more? And they're like, guys, seriously, we've got a really busy schedule, we've got to get on. Andy White, the fantastic singer, Irish singer-songwriter, was on the side of the stage, and he came up to me and said, I said, that second song you did was great, man, really. It's like, wow, Andy White is on the tube, great. The guy's on the thing, I'm packing my guitar away, and he's going, you know, but seriously, people, we're going, wait, what more? Wait, come on. After telling us to get on, you got 2 songs good off.
Yeah. You've got another half an hour.
He just said, guys,
quick, write another song.
Thank God we have. He said, have you got another song? Well, it was a bit weird that we was going to say, just 2 songs, remember?
Yeah,
but of course,
it's all
how could you not get back on and do it? It was amazing. So much so that we couldn't stay at the festival. It was 1986.
Right.
We couldn't stay. It blew our minds. We were just kind of like, we'd become...
You were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Cure, we were leaving. Now, there's 2 bits about this. One, we were leaving as a Cure. We're playing on the main stage.
Right.
Lightning flashing was amazing, but we're still driving out in his little Renault, and we look at him and go, and because we just couldn't, honestly, it sounds mental, but we could not
get your head around it.
We couldn't. It was we went from nothing to this thing. Nothing happened, just that, and it was a beautiful thing. We had to go home, but it was also the time of the 1986 Hand of God, Diego Maradona Cup. I would have missed that.
Oh, cool.
Right, so I ended up having this amazing time because I was able to see that match,
See that as well,
thing, whatever. Anyway, so back to he'd gone to Venice or something on holiday. Didn't have a backup. Had to make this band up. Damon Albarn, beautiful man that he is, really talented. He was only 18. Really talented, so much so that the third years, we were just first years, were using him in their sort of performances. He was just so talented. So of course I was his friend, so I said, look, don't suppose you want to come and do a gig. He's going,
by any chance?
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, who was it? Yeah, I said, yeah, we're supporting Nico. And he went, who's he? I went, he? It's a she, it's Nico. Nico and the Velvet Underground. He went, who are they? So you've never heard of the Velvet Underground? I wasn't being thing. And he was like, he was totally into Elton John. Yeah. And at the time, the Elton John Yellow Brick Road and so, which is a marvellous album, but he was kind of into that music, piano music. He was a great pianist. I was like, right, come with me, young man. So I played him Velvet Underground and all the sort of groovy stuff that, you know, people from school, Lucci, obviously we used to do discos, he would do the discos, me and Darren would do the live music, blah, blah, blah. Had my sort of great musical education. So we had this band that we put together, and Oscar Stringer, who was a lovely guy from Slaughterford, bizarrely, he was at the same college in London, he played saxophone. So in my head, there was nothing wrong with getting this guy on snare drum, this lovely guy Roy, this amazing theatrical backing singer from the college, totally incongruous with what we were doing, but at the time didn't care. Damon, fantastic on keyboards, and Oscar on saxophone. But because Damon was so popular in the college, he couldn't come to all the rehearsals. So
Bit mix and match.
Right, totally. So he comes to this rehearsal, and we go, okay, mate, nice one. And we start playing, and he just looks, and he's so musically gifted, right? He looked, kind of, he's disgusted.
Are you all playing the same song? No, you weren't.
He said,
I've had a career like that. And I'm still doing the same thing.
Me too.
Yeah.
He said,
I'm on the encore.
yeah, totally. He just said, looked at me, he said, you know that you're playing in different keys, don't you? I went,
what's keys?
Yeah. I said, really?
Yes.
Yeah, you're in 2 different keys. I went,
it's
okay.
art.
It wasn't, it was sharp. Anyway, thanks to him, we kind of had a set.
Right.
We were able to round up a coach. Those we just going around and going, anyone want to come and see Nico? And they were like, yeah, where are they? Where is she? Sorry.
Yeah.
For the majority that knew him. We're supporting them. So we're supporting her.
Yeah.
We're one of my mates' bands in Chippenham. Where's that? I'm thinking about getting a coach. I had to get there anyway. In fact, we booked my trains. But a coach.
Where's Chippenham? Yeah.
We had to go coach, and we were playing Diggers back Gold Diggers, which was amazing. Fantastic.
It was such a brilliant club.
In fact, there was another guy. Do you know? You can remember Do the Huckleberry?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast.
The lead singer of Coast to Coast was in our college.
I was thinking of my.
Bless him, he's dead now. Alex was such a lovely guy. But he, funny enough, we were on the tube leaving college one night, and he said, so where'd you come from? Again, he was Northampton or something. Yeah. And I said, Chippenham, thinking, again, near Bath, near Swindon. Yeah. And he said, oh, Chippenham, Gold Diggers. I went, oh, that wasn't unusual, but if you remember back in the time that people would come from miles from London.
They come from all over to Gold Diggers.
To gigs, to discos and what have you. So I wasn't that surprised. I said, oh, you know Gold Diggers? He says, yeah, I played there. I said, you played there? Because I used to do a lot of the get-ins from security at the time. Yeah. The gigs. I said, who did you play with? And of course, Coast to Coast. I didn't see them. Of course.
I think I missed that one too.
2, yes.
I saw many.
Yes.
First one was Toto Coelho.
Was it?
I Eat Cannibals.
Yeah.
I think I was about 14 or 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I was in a nightclub at 14.
Don't worry.
Cut that.
Yes, I think you can find that the
Most of us were.
So, of course. So that was a glorious night. That
I
was.
remember. I just remember thinking that I didn't know. I knew who Nico was, but when it first came up in they said about supporting Nico, I thought it was somebody else. I didn't think it was the Nico. So when they actually said no, it is the Nico from Velvet Underground, it was like, ooh. This is a bit special.
Yeah.
And then and when you look at the poster and the ticket, you know, we're right on the very bottom, which I just, you know, it was one of the first music sort of things I'd ever done live, to be honest. And we were so under rehearsed, and Nigel was so talented. I don't actually remember what I sang, but I was just really pleased to do it.
Oh my God, absolutely.
It really
and at the time,
hammed it up as well.
because it was the 80s. It was what, 86? It was.
It was 86.
It
I
was
think
got
it
a bit
was,
what?
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
I did Glastonbury and that in the same year.
That's
I had a
amazing.
good year.
Yeah.
Could that possibly be true? Yeah, it was 86. I went to drama college.
Yeah.
And it was in the first year I was there. It was before Christmas. Now, Lucci's wonderful mother, as you know, they were an Italian family,
Yeah.
did the catering. So I went into the dressing room and met Nico, and I said, because we were doing, which I used to do with Random Gender, you know, I was in that band.
Random Gender,
with,
yes.
John,
Saw you many
the
times.
cousin twins. And it was actually, that was part of my musical education. Because we used to play Vicious, Lou Reed,
Yeah.
the song Vicious,
Yeah.
and Waiting for the Man.
Yeah.
And I used to sing, it was the only song I really sang for Random Gender. So I was still doing it, it wasn't that long after I left the Random Gender, but there I was, and of course I'm playing with Nico. And I'm thinking, well, this could be difficult. So I said to her, Nico, my band, we're going to play Waiting for the Man. Is that okay? He said, of course, that's my song. I was like, oh, nice one, thank you. Is there anything I can get you? And bless her, she said, have you got any pills? And I went, pills? She meant the beer. she went, pills? Oh, you know, look at this fantastic catering Italian
Come
food.
back with a diamond wire.
Yeah.
You know.
Now she went, you know, the lager. I went, oh, okay.
That was a moment.
Well, it was very easy because I think my brother Don was one of the managers there. He was the bar manager, whatever. Got her a load of pills, brought them back, and she said, "You've made my day." And I said, "And you've made my life." Pathetic, but
moment in time.
It was.
Moment
It
in
was.
time.
But it's interesting, isn't it, that we grew up with those sort of opportunities at the time.
Incredible.
Because we played lots of different gigs. Do you ever come to me and Lucci opened the Social Society for 6 weeks one summer?
Yeah, was it Monkton Park?
It was at the...
where was that?
It was at the Farmers Market.
Yes, up on Monkton Park.
Tocklebury Hill, yes.
Tocklebury Hill,
That's
yes.
it, yeah.
Yes, I did. They called it lots of different things over the years, but I'm truly sure I did come to...
Yeah, we did it. We did the thing for 6 weeks, and we had live music and Lucci's amazing disco.
Oh, I used to love his disco.
It was fantastic.
Fabulous.
And he's just well ahead of his time. He was reintroducing songs that just, and he played Velvet Underground, he played a whole whatever, myriad of great stuff. But the people that had the license, because if you remember, it's Farmers Market, they did amazing breakfast for the farmers, because it was cattle market, not the Farmers Market,
the cattle market on Monkton Park, Station Hill in...
Cocklebury Road,
Cocklebury, that's right.
So they had their cafe restaurant, and it's like, well, you got a license and what have you, and Lucci got to know them, could we do little sort of happenings here? And they were like, yeah, not a problem. Well, we'd have no digital technology then, we had no phones and what have you. We planned it, got the bands booked, Lucci's doing the thing, I think me and Darren were playing another October Country, Andy West or whoever, a few of the great guys then. And great songwriter, singer. We got this date for the first of the 6. We didn't know it was going to be 6 at the time, but we you know, it was going to be like, we're going to do this thing. And we had our, because it was called the Social Society, we had, and I love this, my idea, darling, we had these T-shirts for our security that just said social security. So, get there. Before we come to set up, the woman who has the licence is absolutely papping herself. She's saying, oh, we've had a phone call from the police saying that we can't put this on because our licence is an events licence. You can only have for events like birthdays, funerals, whatever. I went, on the day that was happening, so with no way of telling people that it was cancelled.
Oh no, they were all coming.
Right. So I said, okay, in which case, tonight...
It's my birthday.
Yeah, it's a birthday party. She goes, what do you mean? I said, leave it with me. I went down bottom of Station Hill. If you know where there used to be that camera shop, Darren used to work in it. The camera shop, which is now where it's next door to Shamrock Linen.
Oh, I know, yeah.
And it's probably that Italian restaurant now. What's it called? Down at the bottom of Station Hill, right?
Yeah, I know where
that
you are,
used to be a camera shop which did photocopying.
That's it, yeah.
The guy that Darren used to have a Saturday job there, his boss lived above it. So we got him to get his boss to open the shop up.
Yeah.
We did an A4 of birthday invitations on A4 paper. We photocopied them. We cut them.
Yeah.
I stood outside the venue, and as every person came in to pay their, I think, £3 to get in,
You gave him a birthday.
I said, here's the invitation to my birthday party. And they went, what? I said, where's that £3 you owe me? Well, boom, 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 boom.
And you got round it that way.
Right. Got there to the end of the evening, just before the police came. They looked around and they looked and they went, so, birthday party was it? Because, you know, the police always talk like that. Oh, birthday party was it, sir? Hello. And I look at him and going, yes, officer. He went, oh, okay. Suppose there's going to be one next week as well. And I said, I think there is. So each week.
And the week after.
Yeah, 6 weeks. We had 6
just like
weeks.
to ask people, is it your birthday next week?
Listen, you know sometimes that your birthday might fall on an inconvenient day for people to get together on, right? So you celebrate a different time.
Yeah, of course you can.
I'll celebrate my birthday in the middle of the summer, even if it's January the 3rd, everyone. Anyway, so you went from doing that. What was the next big musical?
Then after that, it was just bits and pieces. I did a drag act for a few years, and then I did sort of gigs away from here doing the drag act which was all sort of cabaret songs, and I do lots of, I don't know, dancing and messing around. And then I got into another band called Blood of Cassandra, which was the first real band in Chippenham after the other bands. And we did sort of our own we wrote all our own songs, but we did throw in some Jacques Brel covers because I'd done a lot of Jacques Brel and Robert Nile and people like that, you know, sort of music. So so I kind of brought in the Jacques Brel stuff around then. And then Blood of Cassandra went through various 100 drummers, like most bands do, and full guitarists and all that. So we went, you know, I didn't sack them, they just left.
It's a truism.
Then we became Xavier Hark.
Which is where
we went to Germany and toured and stuff. And in Xavier Hark it was all our own music. And again, I did occasionally throw in the odd Jacques Brel or Shirley Bassey song, or, you know, the sort of, you know, real...
we kept me and Damon Albarn.
That's when you brought Damon, and that was one of the weirdest things ever, because we were on tour in Germany, and the idea was that when we got back, we said we're going to be really flat after a tour. You know, you've toured, and what we said was, wouldn't it be really nice to do a gig when we got back? And it was all in the papers that we were touring Germany and stuff, and we thought we were bloody marvellous. We were in our 20s and stuff. So what we decided to do was play the village pub of the village that I grew up in Kington St Michael with the Jolly Huntsman. So we just decided, we got back from Germany a couple of days before, and then we decided to do this gig, and you turned up, and I knew, obviously going back to Nico times, that I knew that you knew Damon, but it was very strange because we were just getting ready to go on stage, and I didn't see you, and I was getting a drink from the bar, and I turned round and looked, and I went, I know this person. But you don't expect to see the lead singer of Blur in a little village pub that I grew up in. I didn't grow up in the pub, but and he said hello and I said hello, and it was just very, you know, what do you say? And I think, shit, I'm on stage now, so I've got to, you know, I'm going to be singing in front of the singer from Blur, which is a very strange concept in itself.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Well,
I think if you know somebody, you know, famous or, you know, is going to be there, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it. We'd come back off tour.
Yeah.
I'm in my village pub
Yeah.
with all the village people. Well, not the actual band.
Village
Village people. I wish they were there. And then I saw you, and it was all okay because it was the gig was fine. So that's kind of but it threw me. It threw me because I didn't expect that to be happening. And most people, although people didn't have mobile phones in them days, most people were more interested in trying to talk to you and talk to Damon than they were.
They weren't interested to talk.
They
They
were
were just trying to get to Damon. But
they were more interested in him than me.
It was a but do you know what? What was lovely?
Which is fair enough.
Was because Don, you know, my brother's a Taekwondo senior masters Taekwondo instructor. He was whatever then. He was, you know, massive instructor back in the day. He used to come to London and teach me and Damon Taekwondo. Yeah. And then we would come up here for our grading. So that was one of the grading evenings. Yeah. But we've been up a few times, and I started saying, look, let's, because of you know yourself, just if he's in the bigger the place he's in, there's more people that are or whatever. So let's go for a nice little country pub. Yeah. I know. Yeah. We go there and it's like, oh no, wait a minute, this is even better. Yeah. So what's that? This is my mate. These both is fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. If we'd have planned it, it would have been fantastic. But to go to a lovely country pub and then
I didn't wonder. I thought, what the hell are you doing?
No, but the thing is, that was a double whammy. Yeah. Because it was like, oh my God, I haven't seen you play for years. Yeah. It was just fantastic.
And most people then said, oh my God, you know, Xavier Hart, they know Damon Albarn. And of course, I said, yeah. He's my best friend.
It's the second gig we've kind of done together.
I think I spoke to him all those years ago. Hello. So that's how that happened. And then Xavier Hart went on for a few more years and then disbanded. And then from that I wanted to get into more sort of synth band. And that's what I did, Tutra, with Paul, the lovely Paul. Yeah. And Paul and I were due to go on a tour. We'd written a lot of songs, we'd done Granada TV, and we'd done quite a lot of different gigs and things. And then we had a tour booked of about 26 dates, and we were due to start it on the 5th of January, and then sadly on the 21st of December, Paul ended his life. Yeah. And that was really tough, because I know we'd met with you before, and we got to meet him. And so after that, I had a period of not wanting to do music for a long, long time. And I've done lots of other bits and pieces, and with different bands, more sort of rocky, which has been fine, and I've really enjoyed that. And then I had the chance about a year ago. Can I tell the story of how this band came to be?
Yes, 2%.
Well, I was doing various projects, and then a friend of mine who I'd worked with 13 years ago, we basically. Let's go back 13 years. So 13 years ago, I had a phone call from Swindon Pride, and they said, "Oh, Rich, are you still singing?" And of course, I didn't want to say no because I thought they were going to ask me to play.
Are you still singing, Greg? So can you come in and collect some tickets?
So basically, Barry, my friend who writes electronic music, and I sing, we had decided to get together and have a couple of rehearsals, and we wrote one song. And then we got this phone call from Swindon Pride saying, oh, you know, would you like to play? Because I used to live in Swindon and people knew the bands I'd done. So I said, oh yes, that'd be marvellous. And they started going through, you know, what time we were on, all this business. And then they said, and what's the name of the band? Well, we didn't have one. And I don't know if you've ever seen Mrs. Doubtfire, where he rings the wife and she says, what's your name? Yeah. You know, the person who's, you know. So he looks down and he goes like that. And there's a thing on the newspaper where it says, Police Doubtfire was started or something. So he gets the name Doubtfire. Well, it literally was the same. I had been listening to Kate Bush, because I absolutely adore Kate Bush, as you know. She's just about my favourite artist. And as I looked down, the CD, not download, CD, the CD was there, and I said, oh yeah, we're called Hello Earth. Yeah. Now, we could have been called Running Up That Hill or Babushka. So I think we got quite, we got away with that there. So we said, oh, marvellous, Hello Earth, we'll put you on. And I said, oh, when is this? And he said, on Saturday. And this was like on the Monday. So basically it was Barry, we're in a band, we're called Helloworth, we've got to do a quarter of an hour on Saturday. Barry's like, what are you talking about? So we quickly got together and wrote another 3 songs and rehearsed them about 4 nights.
Yeah.
And that was that. And we did it and it was fine. And then we said, oh, we'd do some more. We did a few more rehearsals and then it just didn't really happen. And then sadly, I had family illness and I lost my parents and stuff. And, you know, lots has happened, as you know, for me over the past few years. And then I done another band called Radiant Haze, which is, you know, guitar-based band, which is fantastic and, you know, really, really love that. And then what happened, Radiant Haze hadn't done anything for quite a long time because of COVID and just dynamics of everybody, you know, going one way or the other, you know, just, there was 7 of us, so it's difficult to get 7 people together. And then I had a phone call from Barry after all those years and he said, somebody in their family had died and basically he said, did I want a pink sofa? Well, there's only one answer to that for me, in all honesty. So I said, yeah, I'd love a pink sofa. And then we met over this pink sofa, for want of a better word, and it was like, I said, oh, are you doing any music? And he said, well, not really, the keyboards are in the shed sort of thing, you know, and he said, are you doing it? I said, yeah, I'm doing a band and stuff. And I said, oh, you know, and he said, oh, you know, maybe we should get together and have a jam. We started jamming and we wrote 3 songs that afternoon and we just recognised that what we did all those years ago in a rush and kind of got lost in the way of everything in life, kind of got in the way, we both went different ways, we really enjoyed it and that's what's happened and it's just happened really quite quickly. We're recording an album at the moment. We've released a single today, which goes on to all the major platforms today and also over the next few days.
So we're going to play a snippet of this and you can get it on all the major platforms.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be on Spotify on Monday. It's on iTunes today, so you download it or stream it.
Yeah.
Download it, please.
Yes. Do.
Yeah, download it. And the song's called Claps Don't Pay the Bills, which is, like we were saying at the beginning, a reference to the NHS. And the album comes out hopefully later in the year. And we've just basically just set it all up ourselves. And we did a concert at the weekend which sold out, which was our first one. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, not to worry. And we'll be doing more. Well, we're doing more. We're doing more. And and it's been really lovely and it's been great just working together. No pressure, nobody's saying it's got to be done today and that's got to happen. You know, we're both of an age where we're just enjoying the process and I've always much preferred to play live, but I've actually really enjoyed the recording process this time. Yeah. Probably for the first time in my life of really enjoying the recording process.
Yeah, I still haven't got there with it. I much more prefer to play live.
Yeah. Oh, it's always going to be live.
I mean, some people are very good. I did have a sort of aversion to the studio because, you know, it's kind of not the same thing and then you just get used to it and people, producers and stuff have made lots of allowances for me at the time going, he's an idiot. Let's do it live in the studio because this guy can't play to a click track. Yeah. In fact, he can hardly count. Yeah. So we've got you playing at our warm-up concert at the Methodist Church. Yeah. On the 4th of July.
4th, yeah.
Is that your next gig?
That is, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
That is.
There you go, everyone. 4th of July. Look out for this on all the Kandu and you share it on yours. We're going to have NoFlipe, so you're headlining our stage on the Friday. Yeah. They're on the main stage. We had them over for our 25th anniversary last year. We brought them over from France. Yeah. They're amazing.
What are they called? Sorry?
NoFlipe.
NoFlipe.
Yeah, okay. So...
what sort of style of music is it?
Well, it's interesting. I think we'll maybe put some out on this. Just to say it was hip hop, you go, what? You have to see it. It's really engaging. It's very, very it's a great performance what they do, and look on everyone. We'll put some on this when
definitely.
this comes out. This is going to come out Sunday, so have a look at what we put out now.
Yeah.
Hello, Minety Festival. We are lovely people from France. We are here to give you some fun tonight. It's the first time for us here in UK. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy it too. All you lovely
Now we just watched it. What do you think of that? I know you're not here. You watch it at home, right? Okay. Hi, David. Amazing. So they're going to play. You're playing. Ollie Hounsell's playing. Rich Hayes is playing. I think Jonah Jones is playing, which is interesting. So we're doing this, warm up because you're all playing.
Yeah.
Minety over the weekend. NoFlipe are doing that warm-up gig. They've basically asked us if we'd set one up because they're coming over. They tour all over the place.
Yeah.
They're doing a festival in Wales on Friday, and then they're doing Minety on the Saturday, and then they're back to France.
Oh, that'd be good for them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But it I'm looking forward. Now, the interesting thing is, as you know, as I'm running for government,
Yes.
it's the count.
Being political.
Yeah. Me? On the Friday is also the count. So I'm kind of hoping that we can finish the gig. Then me and Donna, who's my agent, will then walk up the hill because I think the count's at the Olympiad.
Okay.
For however that long. When they count the 15 votes that I get, and they can only they can't announce anything. So regardless of the fact that
how many did you have to get? You had to, what is it? Your deposits. Think about your deposit.
If I get my deposit back, I'll buy you a drink.
Okay.
The chances of that happening are quite slim, I should imagine.
Yeah.
But
like me platting fork.
well, it's just one of those ones. I've come out.
You'll be fine.
Well, it doesn't matter. The point of the matter is, it's the start of a process.
Yeah.
More importantly, it's about allowing the staid politicians who think that they can just swap. Oh yeah, well, Liberal Democrats, bless them, that we've had some real bad run-ins with it in the town council. So we've that's part of the reason I'm running, because we can't just have it that it's either Tories who let us down or the Lib Dems who let us down. So it's like, well, okay, would they have to think more about true policies if they were realised that more people were starting to be engaged, young people, social media, etc., etc. So it's the start of a process.
Yeah.
I'm willing to keep going, and town and county council and all that sort of stuff, because I've resisted it before because we're doing the do like yourself. It'd be like someone saying to you, stop doing the job that you're doing to become an advisor about the job that you're doing, and part of you would say, well, I love the
I'm
job.
already doing it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Of course. And secondly, you would maybe think, oh, actually no, they don't really know how hard this is. They, the Lib Dems in Chippenham town can't know what damage they've done to the opportunities of some very poor families that we work with. They've interrupted funding, they've acted in a completely appalling way. However, the general public don't know that, so I'm starting that process now of going, look, this is really what goes on in your town councils, your county councils. They can probably see that at a national level, the Lib Dems, the head of the Lib Dems, what's his name, Ed Davey, defended the post office as in a lawyer during the horrendous scandal, Horizon, which call it scandal, when all those postmasters got imprisoned. Yeah, he defended and made quite a bit of money apparently. Anyway.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, well there you go, look it up, it's there. So, that's why I'm starting things. So basically, leave the gig, go up to the count, nice one everyone, see you next time, and then it's off to Minety.
Yeah.
And then you the next day. So Thursday we'll see you,
Yeah.
Friday we'll see you. Ladies and gentlemen, wonderful friend and beautiful artiste, Mr. Richard Farr. Hello Earth.
Hello,
Goodbye people.
nice talking to you.
Nice one.
Spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, just another speck in the cosmic show.